Now at 10, a young woman left unable to walk or talk after a horrific motorcycle crash.
I never heard in 4 months the word mother.
Her family unable to get the answers they want. Tonight, 7 investigates.
Well, the accident has devastated her family, and they believe police should have done more.
Our team's Heather Walker is at Jackson Memorial Hospital now, where the woman was taken after the crash. Heather?
That's right, Marian. The family of Marian Sanchez Cuevas, they were by her side as she spent 48 days at Ryder Trauma's ICU. And tonight, 4 months after that accident, they're blasting Miami police, saying the crash was never properly investigated. This is the Marian Sanchez Cuevas who people know and love.
The person who would bring in the energy the second she came storming through that door was her.
An energetic, athletic, outgoing 26-year-old who graduated from FIU in 2022 with a master's degree in finance.
Happy. She always was happy. The daughter that everybody wants to have.
We spoke to Marian's parents, Saili and Eric, outside Jackson Memorial Hospital. It's where they've spent countless hours at their daughter's bedside for the past 4 months.
Destroyed. I don't have words to describe it.
The last 4 months for us and the family, like a destructive. We don't have life. Our life finished in September 24th.
September 24th, 2023.
A motorcyclist and his passenger just never made the turn and just kept going straight, and they have slammed into the wall. They are both unconscious.
Marian was the passenger.
The motorcycle, and you can see where it hit the tree there. The motorcycle went straight through these two sides.
According to the crash report, a witness described the driver going at a high rate of speed, running a stop sign before hitting a curb in this Coconut Grove neighborhood.
The police and the ambulance are on the way. They're coming as fast as they can.
Listen, you're not seeing what I saw, and you didn't hear what I heard.
Okay.
This is bad.
And it was bad. Marian had a portion of her skull removed to relieve pressure on her brain and was put in a medically induced coma. She's undergone 10 surgeries. Part of her leg was amputated, and she's not able to speak.
I never heard in 4 months the word mother. So imagine how we feel it.
Marian's friends and family are devastated, but they're also determined to push the Miami Police Department for answers. They say the case has not been investigated properly, starting with the fact that the driver was never given a DUI test.
He was never tested at all, supposedly. That makes 0 sense to me.
Police listed Nicholas Arroyo as the driver of the motorcycle. He's a rookie Miami-Dade County firefighter, EMT, who was not on duty at the time. The 28-year-old was injured but recovered, seen here in a fire department video shopping for Christmas presents with children. 2 months earlier, on the day of the crash, he was tailgating with a group of friends before the Dolphins game. In a picture with Marian, both had drinks in their hands.
We have proof that they were drinking. It's not fair. They were drinking. We have a lot of people that were in the tailgate.
Marian's close friend, who asked we not show her face, was at that tailgate.
That morning he was drinking, as was I. I can't really speak on how much he was drinking, but I do know for a fact he was drinking socially.
After the game, the group was driven in a rented van to a bar in Coconut Grove. Arroyo rode his motorcycle there. He gave another woman a ride first as she recorded on her cell phone. You hear her say, another stop sign.
They can see in the background the speed he was going at that moment, how he ran through the stops.
Marian got on his motorcycle just minutes later, and that's when the crash happened. She and Arroyo were both taken to Ryder Trauma Center. The family wants to know why he was not tested for alcohol.
From my point of view, they didn't investigate. They didn't investigate.
Miami police tell 7 investigates there was no physical evidence at the scene that indicated the driver was impaired, and they did not have any probable cause to ask for or evidence to obtain a warrant for a blood draw. We asked the department what else was done to investigate the circumstances that day. And after we started asking questions, Marian's parents were notified the detective wants to meet with them. As they wait for answers, they also wait to see if Marian will ever recover.
Only God, because she has too many damage in her brain. So only God.
So for now, family and friends will continue to be Marian's voice because she doesn't have one.
And tonight, Marian is at Jackson Memorial's Rehabilitation Center, where they're working to help her regain her ability to recognize people. Meanwhile, 7 Investigates will continue to push Miami police for answers on this case. Live in Miami, Heather Walker, 7 News 19.